What's up, guys? Wade Willis here from Tables, Ladders, and Bumps, here to cover the newest episode of NXT, which was, in my opinion, one of the most exciting NXT episodes probably this whole year. Now, was this because they had the best matches they've had all year? Absolutely not, but they had a lot of awesome reveals. The episode started off with Sexy Red and Ava revealing the new North American women's title, which is pretty exciting. The belt, I think, looks amazing. Love to hear your guys' thoughts in the comments below, though. We also found out that Sexy Red is going to be the host for NXT Battleground. I personally don't know how this could go. I think it is either going to be amazing or a cluster, just absolute pandemonium, which could also be fun. So this is NXT. This is the place where like Sexy Red, I think, would be a good host, where she could kind of be her crazy self and also add to the show. I don't think it's going to be as good as Metaphor hosting the last PLE for NXT, which was 10 out of 10 in my opinion. I thought they did a great job, but I'm sure Sexy Red will be super entertaining as well. And yeah, one of the biggest reveals for this episode of NXT was finding out who Roxanne Perez was going to go against at NXT Battleground. Now, there have been rumors that I believe for Heatwave, Roxanne is supposed to go against Julia, who's currently has a broken wrist, so I don't know if that's going to happen. So I was starting to think, okay, maybe they're going to have some other person who left Stardom to go against Roxanne for this match, but it ended up being even a bigger surprise. Jordynne Grace, the current champion for the women's division in TNA, is going against Roxanne Perez for that belt. And yeah, I'm super excited for this. Initially, when Roxanne was kept down on this, I don't want to say down, but she was kept on the NXT roster, I felt like she's been ready for the main roster for about a year. So initially I was a little bit like, what can you even have her do? Do you want to see her work heel even more? But now that we're seeing you're going to bring in Jordynne Grace for her to go against, you're going to have her probably go against Julia. I don't know if that'll be delayed for another PLE or not, but they're bringing in big people for Roxanne to go against. So this does show that the higher ups in WWE really do care a lot about Roxanne Perez, and they're trying to get her some big time matches. So maybe they felt like on the main roster they didn't have a spot for her yet to push her as much as she deserves to be pushed. So hey, we're gonna bring in ballers for her to go against. And now I truly support the decision for having her stay down in NXT just for her to go against Jordynne Grace and Julia. I'm sure there's going to be some other people from that new Japanese women's promotion that she'll probably go against as well. But man, yeah, I thought it was a bad decision keeping her down, but you know what? I'll stand corrected. It looks like it's the best decision now because she's going to get some amazing matches here. And the final full reveal of the show happened after the Trick Williams and Javon Evans match against Gallus. We knew Trick and Javon were going to win. They had Sexy Red bring them out to the ring, and she actually stopped Gallus from cheating at one point, which was, I mean, it was cool. But the match was great. You had Trick Williams, you had Javon Evans. They're awesome. Gallus is a steady hand. There was no way this was going to be like a bad match, and Gallus was in the right spots for Javon and Trick to really do their spots. There's one point where Javon kind of slipped and fell. Or didn't fall, he slipped, but still went across half the ring, which kind of shows how crazy his athleticism is. And still kind of got some of one of the Gallus brothers, and he was trying like a cutter, it looked like. But I mean, his athleticism is unreal. So I'm really pumped to see how he progresses and grows. But Lash Legend comes out to the ring to ask Trick if he was the one who attacked Metaphor. I think all of us knew it wasn't him. I was expecting it to be someone on the roster. I know some people thought it might be like Lexus King or something, but he kind of has the weird Dante Chen feud going on right now. But I was legit blown away. It was Ethan Page, who was in AEW. I actually liked him a lot in AEW. He kind of got into a weird vortex with the Hardy brothers at one point, but he's really talented. I think he's going to be awesome on NXT. I've seen some people kind of posting like, "Oh, like this is not really a big deal for him to be in NXT. That's a pretty big deal. He is a huge pickup for NXT. I only see him being down in NXT for maybe a year. He's legit. He could be on the main roster, but he does have a lot of room to grow and develop still. He yeah, this is a huge pickup. I initially, when his it sounded like his contract was up, I assumed he was going to go to NXT, but we didn't see him. So then, I honestly had kind of forgotten that his contract was up. So this was really awesome. So yeah, overall, crazy episode of NXT. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe. And now I'm going to go into a few of the matches. But yeah, I kind of wanted to go into the crazy reveals in the beginning of this video. They did have two matches to decide the final two spots for the ladder match for the Women's North American title. The first one was Michin versus Tatum Paxley, who Tatum Paxley tried to steal the belt once it was revealed. And yeah, I mean, Michin is on the main roster. She's had a pretty good run towards the end of the year, kind of leading towards WrestleMania and stuff. They had her have some really good matches, but I was hoping Tatum Paxley would win just because I feel like she would be interesting in the ladder match. But Michin's awesome. Like, I had nothing against her. I kind of wanted to see what they're going to do with Tatum Paxley. She almost won the belt, or was kind of like, up there and stuff, and they had a significant storyline with her. But yeah, I was hoping they were going to push her, but apparently not. Maybe they have something else for her. The other match was Ren Sinclair versus Kaylani Jordan. Kalani obviously won, but Ren Sinclair I thought looked pretty good. She has some weird kind of like high five gimmick thing that I think is going to develop into something. Before she went into the ring, she high fived herself and then tried to get Kalani Jordan to high five her. I don't know what that is. Maybe they're going to turn her heel, and I hope that if they do turn her heel, they kind of pull in the persona that she had when she was in the Indies, where I think she called herself like the main character and stuff. It's pretty interesting character work, her in the Indies. I actually liked it a lot, so I'm hoping they go that direction with this. I'm kind of NXT. You're always going to see some weird stuff, and sometimes it develops into something, sometimes it doesn't. But maybe this will lead her into becoming a heel, because now she's been playing kind of the, oh, I'm this new baby face and I'm excited to be here kind of thing. And I like to see them kind of take the training wheels off and let her actually go, because she can go in the ring. They also had the match with Riley Osborne and Ridge. Apparently, I think this was supposed to be like a teachable moment, since both of them were fighting. And yeah, Andre Chase was the one who I believe made the match. Ridge obviously won. At one point, he was going to use the stairs to like almost kill Riley Osborne, and Thea stopped him. And after the match, Riley's still upset, and Andre Chase doesn't understand why, and Thea doesn't. And I'm kind of like, it's weird to me, because Thea stopped Ridge from using the stairs on him. I feel like she should understand why that Riley doesn't trust him. But I don't know. They're gonna have some weird story here with this, and I don't dislike it, but it is kind of strange, because yeah, I just wouldn't really want Ridge around my crew, since yeah, he's either a bull in a china shop or a psychopath, and I don't really want either of those around my university if I'm running a university. That's just me, though. You also had the OC versus Inoue and Blade with Brinley Reese. I'm enjoying this kind of silly story where they're just like bad luck, and Brindley Reese is, the ultimate positive person, and trying to, get them to be more positive and not believe in superstitions and stuff like that. Um, I believe it was Inoue. Um, Blade runs into Inoue and he falls into Burnley Reese. He calls for um, the medics and refs to come get her because he landed on her, which it wasn't like that hard of a bump. But um, before that point, they were kind of uh, not dominating, but controlling the OC. And then after that happens, they lose. I'm trying to see what other unlucky things can happen to this group, but yeah, I'm enjoying this. I don't know where it's going to lead to, but yeah, I'm still into it, and I like all three of them. So yeah, especially Burnley Reese. She has her personality is pretty fun. I like her whole like cartwheeling out of the video shot and everything. She's pretty cool. I like her. Yeah, they also had Lexus King versus Dante Chen, where Lexus King was kind of beating him again, lost again. He got angry and beat up Dante Chen. um, I don't know where this is going. I like Lexus King as a character. It's cool that Dante Chen's finally getting these matches, but something's happening. I don't know what it's gonna be. I was hoping they were gonna have Robert Stone and Lexus King kind of join forces, even though I don't know, it's just weird, and I thought that would be kind of funny. But it looks like that's not gonna happen. If it does, I'll be super pumped. But yes, something's brewing. I can't exactly tell what, but good for Dante Chen getting these matches. And I mean, you could have Lexus King lose a million times in a row. He's, a ridiculous heel, and then have him cheat a few times, a few matches to get like a title shot, and he's not really a viable opponent, but he can cheat and just be slimy, and yeah, he's kind of you can build him up for a match at any point. So he can lose 1,000 matches in a row. He's still gonna be himself. So I don't really have too many issues with him losing that match again. And then the last match I was gonna talk about, Lola Vice is like warming up in the locker room. She didn't have a match today. There's not really a reason why she would just be warming up in the locker room, but this led to an impromptu match because Ariana Grace kind of warns her about how dangerous Shayna Baszler is and kind of doing her thing like you don't need to fight, all of that stuff. Well, leads to a match. Ariana Grace got some offense in the beginning, but Lola Vice ends up eventually hitting her spinning back fist and pinning her. But I like them getting Ariana Grace involved, and I enjoy her character a lot. Just kind of being the person in the in the locker room who kind of tries to give advice that no one wants to hear, and then she ends up getting beaten up for it. So I'm here for it. She's an awesome character. But yeah, overall, pretty good episode. I would say the best parts of it were the reveals, which were some of the craziest reveals they've had on NXT maybe ever. And the matches were solid. There were no matches that I thought were duds, for sure. Everything was like pretty solid. And yeah, like a lot of the newer people, were really seeing them develop into really good wrestlers, and things are getting more and more crisp. So that's exactly what you want to see in this product. But I'd love to hear what you guys thought. Let me know in the comments below.